What did Jesus say about gambling? Bible nuggets. Jesus himself did not directly mention or speak about gambling during his time on earth, at least not in the recorded texts of the New Testament. However, principles from his teachings can be applied to understand the Christian perspective on gambling. We can infer his stance from broader biblical principles that reflect God's nature, human behavior, and morality. Relevant Bible verses. 1. Luke 12:15, Jesus warns against greed in this verse, saying, "Take care, and be on your guard against all covetousness, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of his possessions." Gambling often springs from a desire for quick gain, reflecting a heart possibly ensnared by greed. 2. 1 Timothy 6:10, though spoken by Paul, it reflects the teachings of Jesus about the dangers of love for money. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the faith and pierced themselves with many pangs. Gambling can be seen as a manifestation of this love of money. 3. Matthew 6:24, Jesus teaches about the impossibility of serving two masters, highlighting that devotion cannot be split between God and money. No one can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money. This verse suggests that anything that overtakes one's priority over God, including gambling if it becomes an idol, is not in line with Christian living. 3 main takeaways. 1. Prioritize God over material wealth. Gambling often reflects a misplaced trust in wealth for security and happiness, contrary to Jesus' teaching to seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. Matthew 6:33. 2. Avoid greed and covetousness. Jesus' warnings against greed can be applied to gambling, as it often stems from a desire to obtain wealth quickly and effortlessly, neglecting the value of hard work and contentment with what one has. Hebrews 13:5. 3. Be stewards of God's resources. Christians are called to be stewards of what God has given them, including their finances. Gambling risks these resources on chance, which can be seen as poor stewardship and not in line with the principle of using what God has entrusted to us for his glory and the good of others. 1 Peter 4:10. While these principles and verses do not explicitly mention gambling, they provide a framework for understanding how gambling fits within the Christian life. The focus is on the heart's condition, the pursuit of godliness over wealth, and the stewardship of all God has entrusted to his people. Great gains. Father, grandfather, minister, missionary, deacon, elder, author, digital missionary, foster parents, welcome to our family. https://jesusleadershiptraining.com/about us/